once again. Especially putting down that 6th inning. He had to grind a little bit, had to pitch out of some jams. We had to pitch out of jams a few times. Our guys did a good job getting through those innings. Just couldn't get anything going against Pfaadt. And it was fastball command, good curveball, good changeup. And the balls we did hit hard, they made some nice plays on. So, yeah, just couldn't string anything together offensively tonight.
How impressive is it to see any guy at any age be as consistent as Sale is, and when you factor in his age, just how?
Yeah, I mean, I've used all the superlatives for him, and I'll continue to do so. I mean, he's special, and you had to fight for it a little bit tonight. Got up over 100 pitches, and but a great job in that 6th inning, emptying the tank to get through that inning. And he was over 100 pitches, so yeah, just another great job by Chris. It's a shame, when you don't win those games when he pitches like that. But like I said, it's tough to get anything going offensively.
Feel like a playoff game to you, as far as not a lot of room for?
Well, I think because it was so well pitched, that's usually what you see in the playoffs. You usually see well pitched games. So from that perspective, yeah. And look, Pfaadt's on a pretty incredible run. I think he's probably, I don't know, maybe up over 30 scoreless. Whatever he found on his option to AAA, it's working. So, but he really commanded the ball. He was dotting corners. It just goes to show, it's. That still works in this league. I mean, if you know how to command the ball and you know where you're throwing the ball, that's still very effective.
How nice was it to see both Didi and Dodd get into jams and then be able to get out of them too?
Yeah, no, our guys had to grind a little bit. Look, it's a tough offense, right? They I think we punched out maybe 10 tonight, but they usually don't swing and miss. There's a lot of foul balls. There's a lot of deep counts, a lot of 3-ball counts. They make you earn outs, and so yeah, good job by Dodd and Didi. Dodd got in a really tough jam and got out of it, and like I said, we did that a few times tonight.
But for Sale, his last fastball was 99.1, and just he's doing ththey haven't seen at 37 years old. How satisfying has this been for you to see all 3 of these seasons kind of come together like they have?
Well, it's not by accident. There were some tough years for him in Boston, being injured. And you wonder if a guy is ever going to get the velocity back, especially later in his career, after missing that much time. But here he is at 37, throwing as hard as he ever has, maybe the hardest he ever has as a starter. Yeah, he's one of those freaks that, we come across in this league every once in a while. But he's different.
Your managerial style, with him being a veteran, up over 100 pitches, you need him for playoffs. Do you let him have more say than 2-3?
Yeah, Chris Sale. I'm gonna deal with Chris Sale differently. He's earned that, and I'm gonna let him. He's gonna have to give up a run there. Now the pitch count was getting to a point where, that was probably going to be his last hitter. He was. I saw him emptying the tank. He knows, and you can see when he feels it. When he knows that this is his last inning, you see him go get 99 a lot in his outings. Like I said, that's when I say he empties a tank when he knows the end is near. And he had to get through that inning, but he's going to get a longer leash than most, really, than all of them, really.
He was great out there on the mound when we go and talk to him or whatever. He's going to take accountability for what happened in the first inning. I mean, that teammate. I mean, I know you've said a million things about how good of a teammate he is, but in a moment like this, how much do you appreciate having that?
Yeah, no, he's like I said, he's the ultimate teammate. He does everything right. like I said, he worries about everybody but himself, and he's always taking care of the guys around him. The ball in left field, Doobie, the ball was, at a launch angle, was right in the lights, and Doobie lost it. And Doobie's played unbelievable outfield for us this year. So, but you're right. Sale is gonna. He's always accountable, even when in situations where guys tend not to be. He's always going to take the blame for anything that happens while he's on the mound.
Anything else? All right.
Thank you.
We'll do Sale right.